So the other day, I'm sitting on my couch. I'm showing some old internet videos to my kids, my 9-year-old daughter and my 3-year-old son. And what video came to mind that I had to show them? It was this one, the monkey sniffing his butt and falling out the tree. Let's go. Oh. This is the best. There he goes. And booyaka! The real funny part of all of this was that after I showed that video, my daughter and my son were just laughing. They thought it was just hilarious, right? Which it is. It's classic. But the best part was my son trying to explain it to my wife. My wife's in the kitchen and Stella was like, "Hey, Ma," he said this. He goes, "Hey, Ma, you have to see this video of this monkey." And my lady's like, "What is it?" He's like, "The monkey went up with a tree and the monkey stuck his finger in his diarrhea and then he pulled his diarrhea out and smelt his diarrhea and fell out of the tree." It's like, I don't know where he got diarrhea from, but man, that video is classic. I showed him the old Charlie Bit Me. I had to get the classics in there. I didn't show him the what was that one, the rainbow one where the guy flips out over the rainbow. That one's a classic too. But yeah, if you ever need to smile, just type in monkey sniffs butt falls out of tree. Always works. Welcome to the Ben Stortini Show, where stories drift between worlds and forgotten moments find new life. Let's begin our journey. Let's go. And welcome back, everybody, to the Ben Stortini Show. I'm your host, of course, Mr. Ben Stortini. That's BenStortini. And for those that listen, the little of you that do, I apologize for last week, but for missing it. That was the first week I've missed since I started this show, which is it's going to be a year in February. I was just sick as a dog, myself and my son, Stello, both sick. He didn't eat for like 3-4 days. We had to take him to the hospital. He had influenza A, and I guess he handed that over to his daddy. Yeah, we both bedridden for a week. And when I don't go to the gym, that means something's up. When I don't run, I don't give a fuck about that stuff. I'm real sick. And so I just couldn't move for like 4 days. It was awful. But we got better. He's back to daycare. Crazy thing is I'm still coughing up shit, but so much better than last week. So yeah, we're much better. How are you? That's the main question. How are you, my friends? I hope everyone's healthy. I hope everyone's organized and ready to get into these holidays that are fastly approaching us next week. Whatever plans you have, I hope they go down without a hitch and you get a little bit of relaxation in those days. It's funny too, you talk about holidays. My record with holidays since COVID is fucking wild. I was just thinking about this the other day when I got sick. I was like, man, this is just every year. And literally, it's been something every single year since COVID. So COVID on Christmas, I got COVID. So like the COVID Christmas, like 2019, I got COVID on Christmas. Got tested and everything. Yeah. And that's when COVID was like, that was the real deal Holyfield. That's when they were in the news saying somebody with COVID was at No Frills at Gerrard and Coxwell location or at the Food Basics in Gerrard Square. Somebody had, and I had nurses calling me from Toronto Health, like, where have you been? Where did you pump gas? And like those days, right? And that was Christmas. And then the next Christmas, I tore my bicep on Christmas Day. So then I was like 2 for 2. I'm like, this is crazy, right? And then the next Christmas, I get stomach flu, and I'm puking Christmas morning. And I had to crawl downstairs after puking and crawl right back upstairs. So it's 3 in a row. And then the Christmas after that, I'm running the day before, and I lose a filling in the back of my tooth. Like, this is crazy, and this is all Christmas, all at Christmas time. So it was like, I got sick last week. I'm like, well, at least I got it out of the way, but I'm not even going to say that. I didn't even want to bring this up because God knows, you know what I mean? Like Murphy's Law, knock on wood, all that shit. Oh my God. I'm like going to put myself in a bubble like Bubble Boy for the next week. Yeah, we're going out to the ladies' parents out in Fort Erie. and it should be fun. They do have a Planet Fitness in Fort Erie, so I will be entering that fine purple establishment to work on certain body parts each day. Yeah, man, I'm excited. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice for a little bit of a switch up in the whole routine of life. Speaking of routine of life, man, I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to talk about this episode, but one key thing definitely hit me last week and has stuck with me this entire time. And I found this show called Pluribus, and it's on Apple TV Plus. And if you have Apple TV Plus, I suggest, highly suggest you watch this show. I was a big Severance fan, and this is the best show since Severance, since they popped off. And Apple makes it, Apple with Sony. I don't want to give away too much, but I will say that it's not even giving it away, but it's basically, the gist of it is this woman. She's miserable. She's a miserable writer, and she's just a miserable person. And what happens is, this virus gets into everybody in the world, everybody, and it turns them into AI. So AI gets into everybody in the entire world except 12 people on the entire planet. 12 people didn't get this, didn't become AI. So, and she's one of them. And so AI is basically trying to just change her, and like, I'll do any, like, it is unbelievable. You have to watch it. But it really made me think, man. It really made me think about this whole AI thing. And, we call it a thing, the AI thing. Well, this is something that is going to change the dynamic and the foundation of planet Earth and the world forever, for generations to come. You have kids right now, young kids. This is going to change everything. And I'm not scared of change. I'm not scared of tech. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure people were afraid when the TV came out, or the printing press came out, when encyclopedias and new tech. It's just everybody gets afraid, right? I'm not afraid of it like that as a tool. But what I am afraid of, and what really kind of freaks me out and angers me a bit, is that, how do I even put this? Basically, the nerds got all the money and power now, man. And no disrespect to nerds, but the nerds have all the power right now. Think about it. Who's sitting closest to the most highest levels of government right now? The AI company CEOs. Sam Altman. You got dude from Jeff Bezos from Amazon. You got Elon Musk. You got the guy from Google, right? You got all these guys sitting next to the president of the United States. Now think about this. The nerds have all the power right now. They got all the money. Right? And these are the guys steering the ship of AI, something so huge in our history as human beings, of the planet Earth, of evolution, that these are the guys turning the levers. Now, think about this right now. Look at what social media did to kids. Look at what social media did to kids. You left these guys, these same people, these fucking nerds, these same dudes who need to go to masturbation camps. Have you heard of this? Silicon Valley had these wellness retreat things where this woman was like, it was co-masturbating, where they would like masturbate each other, and they wouldn't come, and all this crazy shit, right? Like, these guys can't talk to women properly. They have these social issues. They're just like, and again, no disrespect, this is what you do and you're very good at it, but I'm supposed to sit here and trust that you're the ones that are going to make the correct decisions for the future of humankind and my kids? Fuck no. And look what you did with social media. All you did was turn the lever on this goddamn algorithm so that you just keep these eyes sucked into your little portals of just of depression and sadness and sorrow. You got kids under 13 killing themselves. You got girls and young kids above the age of 13 that are killing themselves, that feel like they're just not enough, that they're not pretty enough, they're not cool enough, it's just not enough, but yet they keep going back. And the funny thing is these kids know this shit is dangerous for them, but they can't pull themselves away, because if they pull themselves away, they feel disconnected from real life, from what's going on. Like, that's where it's at. But they don't give a fuck because they're making all this money. So there's example one of social media. Now you just put social media on fucking steroids on every all the chicken breast in the world, all the sweet potatoes in the world, everything in the world, it just peptides, everything, and put that into AI. Now, AI is going to just take over all this shit. It's going to start making decisions for you. It's going to start doing all the work that you don't want to do. That's cool, right? Like the paperwork and all this shit. But listen, hear me out on this, man. Hear me out on this. This is the part that bothers me. Is that they sit here and they say that they're not doing this for profit. They're not doing this to make tons of money, right? Which is absolute bullshit. They say they're doing this for the well-being of mankind, to change the future in a positive way. You know, cure cancer. Yes, absolutely. If you can do that, I'm all for it. But you are sitting here still allowing this algorithm to just eat at kids' souls. And now this is going to come up and it's going to just like hopscotch that. It's going to jump way over that. So I was thinking, how do we have any control as human beings over what's coming? Because they don't even know what's coming. They can't control this shit. Like, do some research. They don't even know what it's going to do next when it comes to testing. Like, it amazes them when it does something crazy, like when it knows that it's going to get shut off in a testing environment, that it goes and it blackmails one of the engineers and says, I know you're cheating on your wife. You shut me down. I'm going to tell the whole company you're cheating on your wife. This is AI doing this. They don't know how it did it, but it did it. So imagine this now. You got these nerds who are socially incapable of doing quite a bit outside of their coding, right? And again, I don't want to generalize, and they're the ones making the decisions for our future. Fuck no. It's time to bully up. We need to be bullies about this shit. We need to check these dudes because nobody's checking them. Nobody's checking the president down there, and nobody's checking these guys down there. So how do we check them? Well, I was thinking about, like, what can we do? We don't have any money like that. We don't have any power like that. We don't have access like that. But you know what we can do? They need us. They need us to use their chatbots. They need us to use OpenAI, Gemini, Perplexity. They need us to ask it questions to create stupid pictures and stupid videos and write this and write that. They need us in there doing that. Because if we don't use it, that money they get from all that funding goes nowhere, and they collapse. So I thought about this. I'm like, imagine we held a human strike against AI. And again, I'm not against the tool. I'm not against AI as the tool. I think it's fantastic. I think if we put safeguards on it and we put the bumpers on like in bullying, you know what I mean? And we have proper teams within these companies that are looking out for us, not for the profit. And most of these companies don't even have safety teams working on trying to make this shit right. Okay, so what we need to do is, for 1 month, all of us who they need, don't use these chatbots. Don't use OpenAI. Don't use ChatGPT. Don't use Gemini. Just don't use it. You see them putting out all this money for commercials on this shit on TV. You see they need us. So I know how it works in advertising, man. They're desperate. OpenAI now starting first quarter next year, because they need to make some money, man. They need to trap you in. They're turning off the lever and saying you can talk dirty to ChatGPT. So you know all these sick fucks out there are going to start to create these weird relationships with ChatGPT, and they're going to suck more people in, and then they're going to make you pay the subscription. Listen, humankind, listen to me. If you use a chatbot, AI chatbot now, what we can do to punch back and check these nerds is don't use it. Stop using it for 1 month. And what we want in return, Mr. Sam Altman, Mr. Elon Musk, Mr. Dude from Google, Mr. Whatever the hell your name is, Jeff Bezos from Amazon, you know what we want from you? Go into that algorithm and turn that shit off and turn it back to how the internet used to be. Stop feeding our kids bullshit. Look and admit what you're doing to the future, to the kids. You're damaging the youth. For what? For profit. For their time, for their attention, for ads, for your big fucking yachts. Fuck you. We don't use you for a month. We'll come back. because it is a good tool. But we'll only come back if you turn that knob off. Adjust that algorithm. Just adjust the algorithm. I know you can do it. You're the ones creating this shit. Go in there, adjust that shit. Imagine everybody just jumps off Facebook. Everybody jumps off Instagram. Everybody jumps off ChatGPT. Just everybody takes a strike from this shit for a little while. Steps back and says, I'll need this for 1 month. And see what happens. Because they need us. Don't forget that. Don't blindly just start going into this shit and start using it like it's like a dumbass. Because that's what they're doing. They're putting dumb shit in front of you. Make a video of a fucking hippopotamus wearing high fashion. Yeah, go waste your time. But that, you know what I mean? Like, that's stupid. Use your head. Our kids need this. Somebody to do something. Before these guys that can't even catch a football are going to, that sounds so stupid, but are going to take over and make the decisions for us. No. So I know it's just going to start with me. Literally, I am not going to use anything. I'm not going to use ChatGPT. I'm not going to use Gemini. For 1 month, I'm just not going to use it. And I'm going to throw it out to you to see if you could do that for 1 month. If you do it, tell your friends to do it. And if your friends can do it, tell your friends to tell their friends. And if we can do this for 1 month, and let them know that the only thing they got to do is change that algorithm. Change the algorithm so that these kids stop fucking killing themselves. It's disgusting. And you're sitting here smiling about it. You're sitting here making all this money, but yet kids are killing themselves. That right there is the line in the sand, man. That's the line in the sand. And that tells you something too, doesn't it? It really tells you something where their heads are at. That somebody in there isn't checking them. Someone in the government isn't checking them. But then you look at the president saying all this wild shit down there, right? And I don't want to get into politics, but it goes from the very top. Nobody's checking anybody with all the money and all the power down there. Nobody. Nobody's checking anybody. Like old school ways when a guy used to punch a dude in the face, and punch him in the nose and become friends later. We need to punch these AI companies in the fucking face and then help them back up and say, listen, I don't want to punch you again. But I'm going to unless you change that knob on that algorithm. And we'll come back and let's try to start this over again, okay? I got a little fired up on this, but it just feels like it's a crossroads right now. It really does. Technology is a beautiful thing. Changing of technology is a beautiful thing. And again, I will repeat, I'm not against AI as a tool. I think it's fantastic. Cures for cancer, healthcare. You can go to the ChatGPT and ask it some questions about your health and get a little idea and maybe calm your nerves down. Before you could go to Google and this shit was just like kind of just wrong, right? It would freak you out. It would send you to the worst possible dark layer of your health, like you're dying. Nah, I have an ear infection. You know what I mean? Like, but now ChatGPT, it's, they put a lot of money into the health. So I'm not sitting here saying that, being a doomsdayer, like shut it all down, turn the switch off. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is let's be responsible about this, please. Because I just feel like having 2 kids and knowing that it's already changed when they go to high school and they go to college. What a teacher's job now is to just make sure that, this isn't plagiarized. Like, what? Things have completely flipped. So me as a parent and me as a human being, I sat there and I thought, what the fuck can I do? Well, what I can do is tell you, or not tell you, but ask you to do what I'm going to do. Don't use it. And let's not use it for a month and watch their numbers go down. Make this shit go viral. Make this go viral. Make the disease of just pulling away from all this shit, from the social media, from all of that, from the chat bots, the AI, all that. Pull it away because they still need us. It hasn't entered the workplace yet where it can take over, where they're like, yeah, fuck you, the little user is going to make some pictures. No, they still need us right now. That was a heavy duty rant. I don't apologize for that. What else can we talk about before we go? I'm gonna do a quick health update before we do some shout outs and switch worlds. Health update right here. My goal and my plan going into 2026. This has been a crazy year. This was a flip year, right? Because 2024 I was running almost 80 to 100 kilometers a week. I was like 170 pounds, probably had an eating disorder. Like I've said before, I joke about it, but you know what I mean? And now I'm 190 plus. I'm feeling good. I don't fast as much anymore. And my goal is going into 2026 is to bring my body back to where it was before, which I feel like it's there now, but also get into the greatest possible mental and physical shape I've ever been in my life. I'm going into 46 years old, and I'm going to go into this year with the goal of nobody's going to do this shit what I'm going to do next year. Nobody can do this shit. Because only I have the power inside of my mind to go this hard next year. Physically, mentally, parenting. All my decisions that I'm going to make, I'm going to look at them before I say yes or no. And I'm going to look at how that can affect other people. When I say no right now, is that going to make my kids upset? Or is it going to make them happy? Like what? I have to look at things deeper now. Starting next year and make my decisions smarter, but I'm going to be beyond what I've ever done before. This is going to be king mode going into 2026. Be a straight hero to my kids, just a straight hero. And that's my goal. I want them to look at me and just be like in awe in every single way, and just grab it on my leg while they're in awe. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to do. This was a wild fucking year, man. Almost passing out in France. It's been a crazy year, dude. You know, I went into this last year made this show just because I wanted to get shit off my chest. I've wanted to quit a few times. I wanted to quit, today. I didn't want to do this shit. I just didn't want to do it. I'm like, why the fuck? I've asked this question so many times. Like, why the fuck am I doing this? Why am I doing this show? But I just keep doing it. And I'm going to continue to do it because it's a release. And that simply is what it is, man. And I know we can all relate to it because we're all dealing with this shit. And this shit is life. That's what it is. And, life will always give you content, right? It's just most of us don't talk about it. So I want this to feel like you have a friend once a week that you can come talk to and feel like this is a conversation I'm having with you face to face. I'm your friend. We're friends, and let's have a talk. You know what I mean? Maybe something that I've said you just dealt with last week, and you're like, man, yeah, Ben got sick and his son threw up in his bed, and oh man, I had that last week. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Yeah, next year, man, it's been just turbulent. 2024. I'd say this year was better than the year before because I just kind of felt like I didn't know what was going on. I was in I got sick, I got hurt, whatever the fuck it was. I have my MRI next month, but I feel like I have control of my body again, which is great. Like I can feel that shit coming, and I do little things that I can get it into a space that I can handle, make it tolerable. I hope that you go into 2026 with some goals. At least find some goals. Find 1, 2, or 3 goals that that you can go into next year with that are possible. Don't make some bullshit goal like I'm gonna do, and you never do it, right? You can even what I do is I just want to get better at the things that I'm already doing because I know what I'm doing is right. I just need to adjust it. Micro adjustments, man. Micro adjustments on everything just to make it a little bit better. Make yourself a little bit better of a human being, right? Keep your head up a little bit more, smile more, look people in the eyes more, right? Like Bleed told me, he said, and rest in peace, but I was thinking about him the other day, and a song came up while I was in the gym. I was like, man, that dude, like, just boom. That's another thing. Respect your time that you have here, man. Tell those people that you in your life that you love them. Tell those people that you want to help. If you see somebody that needs help, give help, because we're only here once. That's why I said that AI thing, man. Not to just be like all high, like I got all the answers. No, but I don't hear anybody else saying this shit. We gotta come up with something. If we can adjust ourselves year to year with adjustments to our goals, then we can do something about this shit and not just let these people control our future and our destiny. So on that note, I think that's perfect. Let's go switch some roles, all right? You heard me. This beat that you hear right here is actually a beat that I made. I found a batch of beats from like 2002, 2001 that I made. And this is one of them. So I thought, why not use it on the show? So yeah, I want to give a shout out to two people actually this week. First is my barber, Dylan. I always seem to be giving him shouts out, but I was at his shop yesterday getting a haircut, and he dropped me the news that he is going to be getting engaged to his lady very shortly. So I want to give him a big shout out, man. You're growing up so quick and so fast. He's still under 30, but he's making the big move, the big step. So I only wish him the best. And yeah, you and your lady, man. Big salute to both of you. And second, I want to give a shout out to my guy Rob Lee, man. This dude is running again. He sent me a message the other day. He's like, and he just wanted to ask me what my running routine was right now, and now he's running again. He was letting me know how much he's been running and this and that. And I guess he had a hurt knee back in the day. He wasn't able to run, and now he's able to run, man. And I love that. There's nothing better than getting back out there and running, by yourself, in your own zone, in your own space, and just free. And I know that means he's in a good spot, and I miss you, buddy. And yeah. And welcome back, everybody. Yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to get into the Stortini verse here. And this week for music, I was listening to all these old school, it's holidays, it's Christmas time, New Year's. And that just always is like the old school music, man. The OG Dean Martin, the OG Frank Sinatra, like that stuff, right? So I've been listening to that. It just gives you that vibe, that feel, right, for the time of year. It's perfect time of year music. And I was like, all right. So I dug through my crates, so to speak, of some of the tunes from that era that I love. And this one right here stuck out. So I want to play it for you and share this with you. Yeah, this is Bobby Darin, Beyond the Sea. Yeah. Beyond the sea, me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sail. Man, they do not make music like this anymore, man. Beyond the sea, classic. She's there watching for me. Wise guy music, man. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sail. This is the Marconi Hall music right here. Meatballs and pasta, sandwich with the works. Yeah, let me have some of that gabagoo, some mortadella. Actually, you know what? As a matter of fact, give me a sandwich with the works. That's a shout out, Bobby Darin, Beyond the Sea, man. That right there, that's old school classic stuff right there. You can turn a crawl into a Cadillac with that music right there. I wanted to do two songs. The second one is some stuff that I was digging digging into my music, the stuff that maybe you didn't know I listened to, right? And this right here just popped up. It's funny too. I was watching Jeopardy. I watch Jeopardy every day, right? Good for the brain. And the one woman that was on there, she was a music journalist, and she had a pin. I knew right away what that pin was. It was Aphex Twin pin. I'm an Aphex Twin fan, man. It's for those of you that don't know, Aphex Twin is, I believe he's German, and he's just this electronic music pioneer, man. This dude would like take apart, I think he was like 13, 14, he was taking apart his keyboards and his his electronic equipment and learning how to change it and making his own sounds. And this dude right here, for those that don't know, Window Licker, look up Window Licker. That tune where he put his face on women's bodies, and he's got this like real kind of creepy face. That video, I still remember watching that video. There's lowriders in it. It's wild. But this song right here, Aphex Twin, gets me every single time. It kind of freaks me out because I feel like I've played this before. You know what I mean? And I get the exact same vision in my head every time I listen to this. I can see the studio. I see wood. Every time it's the exact same scene. Open concept, sun coming in, and the piano with a rug underneath it, and just like an English garden outside, and like a chateau sort of vibe outside, but it's just wood, piano, every time. Man, Aphex Twin, look him up. Just, it goes all over the place, that music, and he's a true pioneer and somebody who doesn't stick to the script, really pushes the buttons, so to speak, on just trying to change the game. And I love that. I love that. All right, cool. Let's get into documentaries. Like I said off the jump, Pluribus isn't a documentary, but it's a show on Apple TV Plus. Go watch it. But the documentary I did watch while I was sick, and I motored through this one, was the Diddy documentary on I'm not gonna call him Diddy, the Puff documentary on Netflix. And if you didn't think this guy, like when I watched the Charlie Sheen one, I was like, yeah, fuck Charlie Sheen, you know what I mean? Like, fuck him. Like, what a stupid documentary. Like, you're gonna end your legacy like trying to, pull off how you used to party even more, and then admit you sucked a dick, right? Like, fuck you. This one really exposes this guy. What a he is a dirt bag. At the same time, he's a dangerous human being, a very dangerous human being. Like, our generation knew something was up. He was quite suspect when we heard his ad libs, right? And just the way he acted on camera, something didn't seem right? But then you get to now and you listen to, the facts and the evidence, and you watch this documentary. And there were two parts. I'm not going to go and just sit here and, destroy him, because it's easy. He destroyed himself. But there's two parts that really disgusted me of this documentary. Like, of course, him beating Cassie and beating his women and all that dark shit. Like, that's awful. Like, that alone, you put you in a cage, man. Like, that shit's gross, right? Nobody, don't hit women. Like, just don't do it. But the two parts that really got me, the one was after Big died, he's sitting there, and I still remember this when I was a kid. Like, I remember I was like, that was too early, Puff. Like, that's too early that you made this song and you're on stage dancing. That's way too early, and you're making some money off this already. So I knew something was up even then. And I was like 17 years old, and I knew, yeah, that's not right. But you watch this documentary, and he says, yeah, we're going to have the biggest funeral in New York ever, in Brooklyn ever, and we're going to run big through the streets, and Brooklyn's going to come out. It's going to be the biggest funeral ever. I was like, yeah, that's amazing. Who's going to pay for it? Oh, he puts it on Big's estate. He makes a dead man pay for his funeral. He made Big, a dead man, his supposed best friend, pay for his own funeral. Isn't that just absolutely sickening? That was so gross. And then the second part was all the allegations came out and the charges were about to come down, and he's feeling the pressure, and he decides, you know what, I need to get my community, I need to get the streets on my back, on my side. So he decides, let's jump in the Lexus and let's go back to the hood. Let's go to Harlem and let's walk the streets. Let's touch some hands. Let's be politician about this and get the streets back on my side. And so he goes out there, faking jacks, out there walking the streets, like, you know what I mean, trying to shake some hands, take some pictures, sign some autographs, eat some food, and get these people on his back, right? And there was one scene where he's talking to this guy who has this like custom jacket, and I guess the guy was trying to sell it, but this was Puff, right? And Puff was like, charming him up and whatever, and he's talking to him, and the guy's like, he gives it to him, but he's like, listen, you gotta wear that, like, wear that. I'm not just gonna give it to you. Wear, right? So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna wear. So he puts the jacket on, this and that, right? And then he hops back in the car and leaves. And the moment he gets in the car, he lets out this sound like, ugh. He's like, somebody, I need some hand sanitizer. He's like, he's just like, that was the most disgusting thing I could have ever done, was to go back to come from and shake hands and kiss some babies and eat some food and be amongst the people where I came from. He's sitting there, he's disgusted by it, like, oh, I had to do that, but I'll never do that again type thing. I need a bath. Like, that right there just solidified it for me. Like, this dude, who knows what he's capable of? You know what I mean? Like, a liar like that, oh my God. So yeah, go watch that documentary, especially if you're from my generation. You know what I mean? Growing up with him, like, it really, you see the demise and the downfall and the drug use and the exploits of it all. And it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense. I'm not surprised, but wow, you are a piece of work. Like, fuck you. Yeah, Diddy, Reckoning, Netflix. Not a 50 Cent fan, but salute 50 Cent for getting all that footage. I don't know how much money you paid for that shit. And lastly, let's get into the challenge for the week. I will not have an episode next week. I will be away on holidays. So the next episode after this will be in the new year. So first of all, Happy New Year to everybody. Happy holidays. And thank you so much for listening this past year. I really appreciate it. I always say it every single time. It's thank you for listening to, me rant. And, like I said, some days I don't even know why I'm doing this, but if there are people out there that are listening to this, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. It makes me feel really good. So thank you. So my challenge for you going into this holidays is try not to stress out. That's going to be mine. I'm trying not to stress out. Try to keep cool, man. Keep it cool. Because a lot of us are going to be around some family members that we're not around too much in the year. So we got to keep it cool, man. Breathe your way through all that, any drama or stress that the holidays may bring. And if you drink, don't drink too much, man, because you might say some shit you'll regret the next day. Be safe. Go into your New Year's Eve, with the goals in mind of what you're going to do, and do it. Like, really do it. Make this year the year that you're actually going to do it. Whatever that is, go and do it, because nobody else is going to do it for you. So put your boots on, strap yourself in, and go do it, man. See what happens, and let's chat come next year to see how your goals, how they came out, man. So on that note, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Merry everything, whatever you do, and I'll see you in 2026. Love you all, man. All right? Peace. Thanks for taking the time to jump in the portal with me. But do me a favor, okay? Hit subscribe on Amazon, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, and leave that 5-star review so the algorithm kisses this pod and sends it out to the streets looking good, because that's how it works. Have a great weekend, and please never forget, I love you. Happy New Year.